guys, today we're taking a look at this classic accept tune, Living for Tonight, from the 1985 album Metal Heart. And this is Wolf Hoffman on the guitar mainly. George Fisher also was one of the guitar players. I think he was the original guy who came back on this album. But when I think of accept guitar, I think of Wolf Hoffman. And we're going to take a look at his intro guitar solo as well as the main riffs for the intro section of this song. So before we get started on that, if you're looking for the tab, make sure and grab that down below in the description box. And you'll see a link to my Patreon page, and you can get the tab and Guitar Pro there. And I've got a free gift for you guys. It's called 5 Blistering Licks to Light Up Your Fretboard. Licks in the style of Van Halen, Randy Rhoads, George Lynch, and more. And I think you guys are really going to dig that. So make sure to check that out. It's my free gift to you. Alright, so let's get started. We're in standard tuning, key of E. This is pretty simple. Now what I will say is I think the fingering on this makes this work better. So I'm using my index and ring fingers for these power chords, whereas I normally would probably use my index and pinky. But we're going to need that pinky for some additional notes here, which is why I'm playing it this way. So that's a pro tip just to get this flowing smoothly. All right, so let me play the opening riff for you, and then we'll talk about it. All right, it goes twice as long as that at the beginning, and there's a guitar solo, a little small guitar solo over that, which we'll take a look at also in a second. But for the riff, I'm going to use again that index and ring finger to do these. So we're going to go from the D5 chord at the 5th fret on the A string, and then 7th fret on the D. And then we're going to move that up to an E5 power chord at the 7th fret, A, 9th fret, D. Now here's where the pinky comes in. Put that on the 10th fret and play the 7th fret also on the A string, and then remove the pinky and play 7 and 9 on the A and D strings. So you get this. And notice how you're cutting this off, and that's with the palm of your pick hand. Cut that off here. Right? It's kind of the underside of the palm. Whoa, you kind of get a little karate chop going on there. But so you go. Now you get the next part. We're gonna move down to a C5 power chord, the 3rd fret A, 5th fret D. Move that up to a D5, which I already talked about that chord. Now the pinky comes in here again, where we're going to play the 9th fret on the D string while still holding down the 5th fret on the A string. These are downstrokes. And then remove the pinky and play a normal D5 power chord. So you get this. Okay, so if you put that together, we're going to do it again. And this time it's just C5 to D5. You're going to play the C5 twice and the D5 once. Okay, so all that together would be. Okay, and then it runs it again with the guitar solo over it. This is, by the way, this is the main riff also during the chorus. So, but it ends like this. So we're going to play, to end it, we're going to play a B5. This would be at the 7th fret on the E string, 9th fret A. Play that once and then move it back to an A5 power chord, 5th fret, E string, 7th fret A. Play that again, move it down to a G5. That's 3rd fret, low E, 5th fret on the D string there. Then you're into the verse. So the whole entire riff now. Here we go. And of course the solo by Wolf Hoffman will go over top of that. So let's talk about the little lead guitar solo now. It starts out, we're in the key of E, so we're going to play right out of E minor pentatonic. And we get this little... What I'm doing is playing the 12th fret, B and G, but I'm also fretting the 14th fret D, but I'm really just going on the 12th fret, G and B. Can't really hear a note after that. So what you're doing is just kind of muting out the strings to get that. But you can fret the 14th fret on the D, just play it lightly. Okay, and then you're gonna go. You could play, you're gonna do the 12th fret G and B, but also throw in the D string open and mute that. And then 11th fret on the G and 12th fret B. So we got this. And we're going to come back to this. And we're going to go. And that's just starting the same way. But then, right out of E minor pentatonic, hammer on 12 to 14 on the D, 12th fret G, bend 14 up a whole step on the G, return it and then pull it off to 12. 15 on the B, bend that up a whole step, return, pull off to 12. And then 15 on the high E, just bend that up a whole step. Okay, so now we're going to do this, start out the same way. Alright, so here we have that same beginning, but then a quick bend on 15 on the B string and slide that off. Then we're going to play 14G, 15B, but bend 14 up a whole step while holding down 15 on the B and return it. Then play 12B, 12G, and then play back to 14 and 15 on the G and B, and then back to 12 on the G and B. It's kind of like a little country lick. So, and then the last one is just that much, and then you're into the... Okay, so here it is slow all together. And that's it, guys. There you go. That's Living For Tonite, the main opening riff, as well as that cool little lead guitar solo from Mr. Wolf Hoffman. That is it for this one. If you're looking for the tab, don't forget down in the description box over at Patreon, you can get the tab there and the free gift 5 blistering licks. Make sure you grab that before you go. And I'll see you next time. Rock on.